Did you know that the region around the Philippines is shaken by about 20 earthquakes every single day? Most are too weak to feel, but this constant trembling is a chilling reminder of an immense and restless power lurking just beneath the ocean's surface. What if I told you that this unseen force has the potential to unleash one of the most powerful natural disasters our planet can produce? We're not just talking about a tremor. We're talking about a cataclysmic event that could reshape coastlines and impact millions of lives. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie. This is the reality of living on the edge of one of the most complex and dangerous tectonic plates on Earth. Today, we dive deep into the abyss to uncover the secrets of the Philippine Sea Plate, a hidden giant stirring in the depths, and we'll explore the terrifying question: when will it unleash its full fury? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just change the way you see the ground beneath your feet. We often hear about the Pacific Ring of Fire, that notorious belt of volcanoes and seismic activity. But nestled within this fiery circle is a smaller, yet exceptionally volatile player: the Philippine Sea Plate. Imagine a colossal piece of Earth's crust, roughly the size of Australia, almost entirely submerged beneath the western Pacific Ocean. It's bordered by some of the most densely populated countries in the world, including the Philippines, Japan, and Taiwan. This plate isn't just floating peacefully. It's a key actor in a dramatic, slow-motion geological ballet. It's grinding against, diving under, and colliding with its massive neighbors, like the Pacific Plate and the Eurasian Plate. This constant, high-pressure interaction is what makes this region a global hotspot for earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. It's a silent engine of creation and destruction, shaping the very islands people call home, while simultaneously holding them hostage to its unpredictable power. Understanding this plate isn't just an academic exercise. It's a matter of survival for the millions living in its shadow. So, what exactly makes the Philippine Sea Plate so dangerous? Think of it like a piece of a puzzle that doesn't quite fit. It's being squeezed from all sides. To the east, the mighty Pacific Plate is pushing westward, forcing the Philippine Sea Plate to dive underneath the Izu-Bonin-Mariana Arc, creating the deepest trench on Earth, the Mariana Trench. To the west, the Philippine Sea Plate is itself pushing against the Eurasian Plate, subducting or diving beneath the Philippine archipelago and Taiwan. This two-way subduction is incredibly rare and creates an unimaginable amount of stress in the Earth's crust. This stress doesn't just dissipate, it builds up year after year, decade after decade, like a spring being coiled tighter and tighter. When the rocks can no longer withstand the strain, they snap. The result is a sudden, violent release of energy, an earthquake. And because this plate is almost entirely underwater, a major earthquake here has a terrifying partner in crime: a tsunami. A sudden vertical shift of the seafloor can displace a colossal volume of water, sending a series of powerful waves racing across the ocean at the speed of a jet airliner. These waves can travel for thousands of kilometers, and upon reaching a coastline, can surge inland as a wall of water, causing widespread devastation. The threat isn't a question of if, but when and how big. Scientists are constantly monitoring this region because the accumulated stress could trigger what's known as a mega-thrust earthquake, an event of magnitude 9.0 or higher. The potential for such a quake, originating from trenches like the Philippine Trench or the Manila Trench, poses a direct and existential threat to coastal cities like Manila, Taipei, and even parts of southern Japan. The hidden danger isn't just the shaking ground, it's the towering wave that could follow. Let's look closer at the mechanics of this geological pressure cooker. The Philippine Sea Plate is unique because it's almost entirely oceanic crust, which is denser and thinner than continental crust. Its boundaries are not simple, straight lines. They are a complex web of trenches, volcanic arcs, and fault systems. To the east, you have the Izu-Bonin-Mariana Arc, a chain of volcanic islands formed by the Pacific Plate subducting. This is a classic ocean-ocean convergence zone. But to the west, it gets even more complicated. The plate subducts beneath the Philippines along the Philippine Trench and the East Luzon Trough. However, just a short distance west, along the Manila Trench, the opposite happens. The Sunda Plate, part of the larger Eurasian Plate, subducts eastward underneath the Philippine Sea Plate. This flipping of subduction polarity over a relatively short distance is one of the most tectonically complex features on the planet. This intricate dance of plates means stress isn't just building in one direction. It's being applied from multiple angles, creating a highly fractured and unstable region. The plate itself is rotating clockwise, squeezed between its giant neighbors. This rotation adds another layer of torsional stress, further increasing the likelihood of seismic rupture. Scientists use GPS and seismic sensors to track this movement, which is happening at a rate of several centimeters per year, about the same speed your fingernails grow. It might not sound like much, but over centuries, this relentless movement loads the fault lines with an immense amount of energy, all waiting for a single point of failure to release it in a matter of minutes. Now let's turn the pages of history. This isn't just a theoretical threat. This plate has a violent past. Picture this. It's August 17th, 1976. The dead of night. In the Moro Gulf, just south of the island of Mindanao in the Philippines, the seafloor suddenly ruptures. The Cotabato Trench, a feature associated with the complex tectonics of the Philippine Sea Plate's boundary, had just unleashed its fury. A magnitude 8.0 earthquake shook the region violently. But the real horror was yet to come. Minutes after the shaking stopped, a monstrous tsunami, reportedly reaching heights of up to 9 meters or 30 feet, slammed into 700 kilometers of coastline. Thousands were asleep in their homes, completely unaware of the wall of water rushing towards them in the darkness. The waves swept entire villages away, leaving a trail of unimaginable destruction. When the sun rose, the scale of the tragedy was heartbreaking. Official reports state that around 8,000 people lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in the nation's history. What the 1976 Moro Gulf earthquake taught us is the terrifying speed and power of a tsunami generated in this region. There was no warning system in place at the time. The earthquake itself was the only warning, and for those on the immediate coast, there was simply not enough time. This event served as a brutal wake-up call. It highlighted the critical vulnerability of coastal communities and became a driving force behind the development of tsunami warning systems and disaster preparedness education in the Philippines and across the region. It's a scar on history that reminds us the Philippine Sea Plate doesn't just threaten with potential energy. It has delivered catastrophe before, and it will again. The lessons learned from that tragic night are now the first line of defense for millions. So, to recap, the Philippine Sea Plate is a submerged giant, squeezed and twisted by its neighbors, building up stress that inevitably leads to powerful earthquakes. Its underwater nature makes it a prime source for devastating tsunamis, a threat made tragically real by historical events like the 1976 Moro Gulf disaster. Living on its edge requires not just awareness, but constant vigilance and preparation. The power of nature is something we must respect. How prepared is your community for an earthquake or a similar natural event? I'd love to read your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Sharing knowledge is a powerful tool for community safety. And if you found this deep dive fascinating, you won't want to miss our next video where we explore the San Andreas Fault. Thanks for watching, and if you learned something new today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Stay safe and stay curious.